to the part of you that refuses to die quietly, to the part of you that was born not to survive, but to lead. We did not gather in this city to take selfies. We did not come here to sound smart. We came because the world is on fire. And we are tired of watching it burn. Too often, we attend events, take notes, clap hands, and go home unchanged. But not this time. Not this generation. Not after all we've been through. When you leave this place, you are not just going home. You are returning as a builder, as a messenger, as a protester of what must never be forgotten. You are returning to your communities as the solution it has been waiting for. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait for your government to act. Do not wait for elder generation to understand your vision. Africa does not suffer from a lack of resources. It suffers from a lack of courageous leadership. It suffers because educated youth leave and never return. It suffers because talented minds are buried in fear. It suffers because too many of us believe change must come from someone else. But I tell you today, some of you have been told you are too young. Some of you have been told you're too African, too poor, too immigrant, too black, too loud, too angry. Let me tell you this. Your voice can shape policy. Your hands can build schools. Your pain can lead to healing. Your story can open doors of others. And your doors can be the gate to the solution. But none of that matters if you stay silent. The time to rise is not tomorrow. The time is now. Let me speak to you plainly. And this is the pain that I carry in my heart. Do not return home with empty passion. Return home with a plan. The world is tired of talkers. Africa does not need more speeches. It needs builders. It needs fighters. It needs visionaries. If you love your people, prove it. If you want to change your community, start today. Start with one school, one family, one street, one law, one business, one voice. If you change one life, you have already changed the future. YDN is not here to make you feel important. YDN is not here to make you ready to change. YDN believes in your idea. You are ready. Ready to change systems. Ready to create opportunities. Ready to protect your people. Ready to lead, not because it is easy, but because it's necessary. We are building a generation that doesn't just protect. We are building a generation that processes, produces, and protects. Because leadership is not shouting, leadership is not building what cannot be ever forgotten. We are the bridge between exile and return. We are the generation that will bring back that was taken. Not only the land, but the dignity. And I said this with fire. Africa will not rise through charity. Africa will rise through unity, intelligence, and organized sacrifice. Let us return, not to complain, but to contract. Not to follow, but to lead. Not to beg, but to rebuild what was once stolen and silenced. You were born to lead. You are not born into history. You were born to shape it. You are not just born into poverty. You are born to end it. You are not born into silence. You were born to speak what others fear to say. To rise. Rise in vision. Rise in love. Rise in fire. Rise in truth. Rise in strategy. And return to your community as an answer, not a question. Let this be your prayer and your promise. I will not leave this world the way I found it. Let this be your prayer. I will give my people a future that fear cannot touch anymore. God bless our young people. God bless the mothers and fathers raising them. God bless your villages and our cities. God bless our leaders, both new and old. God bless you, young people who are present in this moment. And may God bless Africa, not with ease, but with courage. Not with comfort, but with builders. Not with dreams, but with power to wake and make them real. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Let's go and build what the world has never seen together. And I welcome you to the future of our young generation. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Now today we are going to begin with our first training, our first presentation. And this is a presentation that is going to ensure that, let's fall. This is a presentation that is going to make sure that you're ready for your meetings tomorrow, meeting our senators and the representatives. It's not easy to, find yourself in those areas, meeting lawmakers, leaders of the country like America. You're going to meet them tomorrow. You have the privilege to meet those people. And you have the privilege to make change in your community because you're present in the area that power is made, change is made, and you're part of it. So you're the solution to your community. Now we decide how we transform our community. And my presentation today is about effective advocacy. And this is a roadmap to guide us tomorrow so we can have effective lobby visit with our Congress and our senators. Give me a moment so I can track my presentation well. Okay, so we begin with preparation, and the preparation is key. We've scheduled and we are confirming our visits for tomorrow. We're confirming our appointment with our leaders. Materials, we have materials ready, which will be provided to you. Some of them, you already have access to that. That means we're gonna have leave behind. Leave behind is a document you have. Specifically, it's like an ask, specifically about your issue, what you care about, why you're here, and what you want them to talk about, to listen to you about, and what you want them to carry with them, so they can advocate for you. And team roles. This is something we're going to explore in this presentation. Team roles. This is where we make sure that everybody have something to contribute. Iyo ugeze mu ma meeting urumva iyo ugeze hariya hari igihe bisaba ko buri wese agira icyo akora, meaning that ufite icyo ukora nidushika muri meeting kandi you do it well, make sure that you're not cutting, make sure you're present, professional, ready, and you show them courage, you show them love and respect, but also passion and appreciative. Like they want to know if you're appreciative. So meaning that your role must be rooted in those values. We have location planned. We know where we're going. There's Senate, House. There's also Congress. So it's different areas we're going to be meeting our leaders. Depends on how many leaders we're meeting tomorrow. But it's going to be in different areas. So we have, now we start with defining team roles. This is something very critical. And we're going to be doing some activities, but I just want to make sure we're having a conversation. This is not just me doing presentation. Ibi ni ibintu nyine nkeneye twese tuganire buri wese amenye inshingano ziwe nidushika muri ara meeting uzabikore neza, sibyo? So, ikintu cya mbere hariho group leader. Group leader uyu ni umuntu, somebody who makes sure that the meeting is running well. Bimenyesha ko ndetse n'umuseneta tuzabonana, they're not responsible for leading a meeting. The only thing they're responsible for is to answer your questions, to listen to you, and to take notes or take whatever you have so they can advocate for you. But the meetings is about you. You lead it. So we must have a group leader that is able to facilitate the meeting effectively and also professionally. So the details facilitates the group leader facilitates the meeting flow, keeps everyone on schedule, makes introductions. So when we get in a meeting, the first thing you do as a group leader, you make sure that everybody understands their roles. You make sure you know how long it's going to take. So you ask the staff or the senator or the Congress, how long do we have? How we've already learned this yesterday, but I'm repeating this so kugira ngo twibuke neza cyane. So umuntu wese mukamubaza iminota, hari igihe bazaba iminota 15, iminota 30 bitewe n'umwanya wabo. Ubwo urumva rero ukamenya umwanya. Hari igihe rero abayobozi bamwe baba bakenera kubatera akavuyo, akamatangira akazana stories ziwe, akakubaza umunyeshuri biki wigiye biki, distraction yababwiye iminota 15 kera kiramirangira. Iyo mutabizi rero muramwihurira akakomeza akainterruptinga, hasigara umunota umukabwira okay niki cyabazanye, hasigara akabwira umwanya wanjye. So muri make we have to make sure that you do not allow them to take advantage on you. You're not there for them to speak. You're there to speak your issue and give them time to answer. Learn if you don't understand. Ask them questions if you don't understand. What is the Senate? What the position of the senator kuri iki kibazo, kuri policy ni hagaze, ni kiyakoze. Cyangwa se nimbubizi umubwira ngo nshimira senator wacu ku bintu yakoze, turabizi kabisa yakoze neza, ariko kandi twadukeneye ko ukamubwira ikibazo cyawe. Dufiteho urumva group leader no making sure ko ibyo byose time umuntu wese azi ibyo arimo gukora akamanaginga, uvuga ngo gukurikira urupapuro uko rumeze, making sure ko umuntu wa taking note arimo gutake note ibintu byose biri clear tubikora tukiri hano mbere yuko tugenda. So hariho note taker, records key points, capture questions, provides contact information to staff. Urumva note taker, they're responsible in making sure that they share your contact information. Taking a note, making sure taking the contact information zanyu mwese. They take questions, they write questions that are asked muri meeting. Bakandika mbese ibintu byose baseneta mbese staff cyangwa seneta arimo gusubiza ibintu avuga biri important. Ntago bapfa guhota gusanga kubesha, avuga ibintu yateguye azi ko tuba twagize meeting nawe it is scheduled. So ibyo avuga byose birandikwa. Urumva rero kandi note taker, they make sure that they follow up with the team after when we get back in our district, in our states. They follow up with us, not just us. They follow up with the staff, with the senator. This is what we're here. This is why we're here. Again, we ask that you support us or whatever. You support this policy, you support this issue. Mukasaba kandi providinga details z'ibintu nyine nubwo babifite twongera tukabikora. It shows that we're trying to be effective. It shows that we're respectful. It shows that we are also like accountable, but also professional. Storytellers. This is one of the most important moment. Why? Because if we have storytellers, and only when the staffer or the senator can remember about our group is the time when you tell your story. You know what I'm saying? So listen. Are you guys listening? Urumva storytellers bagwije ukuri. Let me tell you something. Again, nakoraga lobbying. Never senators. I think I was one of the most effective. You get a good story because I'm speaking from my experience. Us as young people from Africa, we've endured a lot of pain. We know a lot of issues. We've seen everything with our own eyes. So especially when we speak about refugees, and this is why we're here, restoring the refugee resources, policies and all those kind of things, I think we connect with our story. Our story is so heavy that it makes senators, staffers, representatives never forget. They always remember about it because it's a pain. It's from experience. It's a personal story. It's real, right? So let's remember that. We're gonna practice our stories. If you have a story, please, we're gonna have to practice that, and we're gonna learn how to be in a group as a team. So storytelling is great. Supporting members. So we have supporting team. Sometimes we've done this before where we make mistakes, right? To the supporting members, tukayoba, then twataye murongo ntagira tugarura, right? And then we end up not even like contributing, right? Ku kibazo twagiye kuvugira. Muri make tugomba kumenya umuntu muri twe ukosora ibintu biri kuba muri meeting, kaza kunyora uruzara cyangwa se aka interruptinga, oh, by the way, something like that, or like, oh, I forgot something. Can I say something? Like kugarura team buryo buri very professional, very political katoya ari bitagaragara nyine ko bigaragara ko watugaruye. So yes, yeah.
Can you give us a picture or an image of how it looks like even in the room to the Are we gonna be sitting? Is he gonna be in front of us? A supporting member has to interact.
Yeah.
For that person to actually
iyo twicaye kamvuge mu kinyarwanda mu kinyamurenge, iyo twicaye urumva bafite table kingi. It's not a big room. Usually it's like an office for like probably 10 people. They have chairs around like this table, one table. They don't choose where to sit. They sit whatever they want to sit. But sometimes we want to be like respectful. Tukabaha intebe nyine igaragara ko ari iy'umuyobozi. Ariko iyo twicaye nko muri sako gatoya around the table, then we're close turegeranye twese. So icyo gihe ntago ari ngombwa ngo bihishe ngo bibe secret ko nimba twaruzinze umurongo, ahubwo bigaragaza ko we have accountability. Hagize uwatugora nyine akavuga okay, by the way, we forgot about this. So, by the way, this is why we're here. You know, kandi rero n'umustafa cyangwa senator yachatse kubajana cyane, numwe muri twebwe wa supporting member agomba ku interrupting. Yeah. And stop. Yeah.
And then I got a question.
Yeah.
What matters more? Is it a personal connection or information and facts?
I'm sorry?
You know when you're telling a story, right?
Yeah.
You say I want to share my personal story, right? Of something that happens, right? What matters more? Is it the story that I'm presenting, right? Like what matters more? Is it the personal connection as like my story and making it deep and share all kinds of emotions, put all kinds of emotions in there, or is it more of the facts of do you get my question?
Yeah.
The facts or the information I'm presenting, because I want them to do something for me, right? Say sign a law, lobbying, sign a law or
yeah. Reka ngo rugero buriya iyo go kwandika, if you're writing a letter, you have introduction.
Yeah.
Right. I'm giving an example. Introduction. Introduction. And you have facts.
Okay.
But you also have supporting line. Shall we say?
Right.
Supporting information. Supporting information is personal connection.
Yeah.
Why you're doing that?
Yeah.
It's not about what happened. I can have facts.
Right.
But if I'm not connected to the story, if I'm not connected to those facts, then my voice is not really strong.
Exactly, that's true.
I think the stories are super important when it comes to doing this work, especially when you have personal.
So the personal
stories.
Connection is more
yes,
is a lot
personal
more important.
connections.
Okay.
Yep. Again, the next slide. Anybody has a question on like?
No, we're good.
Okay. The note taker tugiye muri details nyine ntago tubitindamo ko twagiye tubicapturinga. Capture everything, document questions, comments, and commitments made during the meeting. Commitments is important. Please, when you make commitments, make sure you follow up. You give Mustafa cyangwa se umuseneta ngo we're gonna share this with you. They're asking for more facts. They're asking for more information. And you make commitments, the note taker who are responsible for following up, they must follow up. And exchange contact information, provide a list of attendees to the staffer, get their contact details. Meaning that you not only, yes, what was the question?
Note takers, they don't speak, right?
They can speak, they can ask questions, they can speak, but mostly they're taking notes. We don't like, it's not like we all have to speak. We have different roles. We have spoken people, spoken person, and we have storytellers. We have group leader. We also have note takers and the group supporter. Spoken person on the kuvuga numuntu introducing a ask. It can be the group leader. It's okay. Introducing ask introducing the ask specifically icyatuzanye mu buryo buri detailed none ibindi bikaza gukurikiraho nyuma. Yeah. Is that making a more sense to tubikora. Share with team, ugomba gusharinga with team what you took notes. Ntago ari ukuvuga gusa ngo uragenda gukora note ngutwereze no. Ibyo wamaze gutekinga aho ngaho. Share with the team immediately.
In front of the Congress?
After, yeah. After the meeting, you share with the team so they know what you've written down. Nimba hari undi wanditse utundi tuntu nawe agateranya. That's how it gets done. Submit report nkuko twabiganiriye gusubmitting a report. This is more like organizational. Basically, in our organization, YDN, we have to correct what's been written. Nka report. Urumva nimba dufite report ya Washington DC conference we've done around the advocacy and leadership training. We also have to have reports on our website, on our social media, newsletters, something. We have to have reports. So we must have like specifically notes, bese details za meeting zacu ko zagenze. So tugende hari undi ufite ikibazo ngaha? Anybody else?
I think I do.
You do?
So if the Congress keeps interrupting you guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end, he says, "Oh, you guys have 1 minute."
No.
And then at the end, he says, "You guys have only 1 minute."
Yeah.
Like, how are you guys gonna be able to ask questions and also give the overview of the notes that you guys took?
Sorry, can you repeat the question? My mind was off.
Can someone?
Yeah, I think I can repeat.
No, let him.
Yeah. You asked a question. My mind was just off a little. I apologize.
Okay, my question is,
Yeah.
If the Congress keeps interrupting you guys with his question, right? And then at the last minute, he says, "Oh, you guys have only 1 minute." So how are you guys gonna be able to ask question and also give the overview of the notes that you guys took?
Like at the same time.
Yes.
So, yeah. So it's not their intention to like. I just want to bring us back a little bit. It's not their intention that they want to interrupt the team. And those people speaks a lot. That's why they get the job. They know how to speak. They have a lot of stories. They have met thousands and thousands of young people advocating for maybe the same issue, right? They might have more facts than we provided. They might understand bigger, more than we understand the issue, right? So, and they might be supportive. Some of those senators are very supportive. They understand why you're asking. They don't need to hear it again. They just want to ask questions sometimes. Like, hey, what do you study? Like, what are you doing in the community? I really appreciate you being here. Wow. They know they're supporting you. So basically, they're not doing that intentionally. But some of them do. But it's always important
But it's not my
yeah.
It's not my education that brought me there. Right?
No.
I mean, if he keeps interrupting me with his own question, I'm not going to be able to speak,
Right.
I think that's something we're gonna talk about later. The story that we're gonna tell them.
Right.
Like what brings us here.
What brings us here?
Yeah.
And I'll give you a little story. When my second meeting with engaging with senators, I was working with an organization called Change for Concord, and the same senator knew about the organization because I read a lot of op-eds, letter to the editors, and he reads a lot of writings that I write, and he is like, "Oh, you are the one." He started asking me about the organization, blah blah blah. So, no, the organization that I work for, and one of my team member realized that we had a few minutes left, and interrupted us. Like, hey, actually, he's not even supportive. He's taking your time. He's enjoying your speech. Who cares about what you do for yoga? You're here for a reason. You're here for a reason. So you do not let them interrupt you if they're doing that intentionally. You can tell.
Fisto, can I ask why they do that? Is it because they don't want to hear your story, but they don't have time?
Basically, these issues, policies, we know, those specific issues that the community cares about. There's a lot of hundreds and hundreds of organizations and groups and individuals that come to Washington, D.C. during sessions. And there's a lot of people that cares about these issues. So you're talking about somebody who probably have had 10 meetings a day, hearing some stories, hearing some issues. So they're not trying to avoid you. They understand this is an issue, and they have made commitments. Maybe they already made decisions of their decisions of what they're gonna vote. So basically, they just done.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
They are human. So
Yeah.
suppose like no, they
Yeah, they're human.
they get overwhelmed by
Definitely.
N'abantu
like,
nabo,
you know,
n'abantu, yeah.
problems, you know. They're not God, you know.
Yeah, n'abantu nabo kandi ni ibintu bisanzwe nyine biragaragara ariko tuzagenda tubibona natwe sinzi angahe ni hanahandi. Okay, anybody has questions? Because we're gonna rush so we can get into other the power of personal stories. Kuko twabiganiye, personal stories is super important. You connect emotionally, right? Share why you personally care about the issue. Urumva story naje gitangira, urumva hari bamwe muri mwe nyine mushaka muzi kubikora, ariko urumva kuvuga story yawe ntabwo ari kuvuga story gusa. There's mechanism. Hariho skills. There's skills you have to gain, you have to learn to be able to tell your story effectively. Meaning that why, like this why you personally care about the issue. So emotionally, it's where you're taking the representative. What you want them to understand. They heard your story, but the why. What is the why in your story? You have to have the why about why you care. So that's emotional. You connect with emotionally. Local impact. Explain effects on your community. Ingaruka ni izihe biri kuzana muri community yawe. Why mbese impamvu uri hano kubera ko hariho ibibazo byabaye muri community yawe, mu buzima bwawe busanzwe, muri famille yawe. So muri make iyo ni impact byagize kuri community yawe. Rero ugasharinga iyo impact ni iyihe exactly, ni iyihe. Nendo uvuga ngo housing, abantu ntabwo bakibona amazu, ntabwo ari affordable. Probably Medicaid. We no longer have Medicaid because there was a tax cut. Probably we no longer receive refugees in the United States because the program was shut down by the Trump's administration. All those kind of impacts, you know, that's an impact.
We have potholes.
Huh?
We have potholes in the streets.
Right.
Did you say that?
You can say it depends on why you're here. Like what is the issue? You know, the policy. The policy has to connect with those. The impact has to connect with the policy you're advocating for. Yeah. New perspective. So basically, like I said, those senators and representatives hears from a lot of people, right? They hear from a lot of people, and a lot of different perspectives on the issue. So you must bring your a new perspective. You must find a way to bring a new perspective to help legislators to see differently, to see the issue differently. Real people. Put faces to statistics. You're talking to humans, like you said, right? You're talking to real people. You're talking to people who have feelings, who has families, who might have kids, who probably have been living in DC for work for months and they haven't seen families, who actually cares about those issues personally, and they can't do nothing about it because maybe the Congress or Senate is not passing the policy. So basically you're talking to somebody, they might be emotionally hurt. So you need to understand that these are real people, but also connect with those people emotionally. Don't take them as robots or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Keep stories brief. This is 1 or 2 minutes each. Rimwe na rimwe tuba dufite amastories menshi, abantu bavuga nk'amastory nka batatu bane, make sure that you keep stories brief, and practice beforehand to stay focused. This is what we're gonna do. After this, this is the activity we're gonna do. We're gonna practice. We're gonna decide who's gonna tell the story. We're gonna decide who's gonna take notes. We're gonna decide who's going to be the group leader. And if we're gonna divide into different groups, then we're gonna decide how we're gonna coordinate that. So meeting flow, first 5 minutes. So now we're going to you asked how does it look like? This is exactly how it looks like.
Okay.
First 5 minutes, warm greeting, introduce your group. This is a group leader, right? Introduce your group and affiliations, share materials. This is like after. So
It's okay.
sometimes you have an ask. Urapa profite. Muzamuza mugasharinga mukavuga ibintu byose mukaza kumubaza ukamubwira ngo okay, this is important document to hand to your senator, to give your senator nimba ari umustaff muri kuvugana kandi muri kuvugana senator ubwiwe wenyine ubwo nyine uramuhandira ukamubwira ngo this is our issue. Basically nimba ukeneye kubireadinga, this is in details, this is our issue.
And then, sorry, can I just have
Yeah.
a question? Can you just, is there a way you're right? Is there a way you can confirm time?
Huh?
Time? Before? Because wateguye materials nyinshi cyangwa se wateguye ibintu byinshi kugira ngo umenye uko bitegura, maybe mu minota 15 baba baguhaye or 30 minutes baba baguhaye, niyo baba bafite iri available or 5 minutes baba bafite iri available. So then ugomba gushaka uburyo to condense your story or like make it a little shorter depending on the time they gave you.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
Hajya twatangiriye
Yeah.
ikintu cya mbere dukora
Yeah.
ko nabivuze
Yeah.
ubaza amasaha. You ask
Okay.
about the time.
Okay.
Urumva rero muri ino flow y'ukuntu imeze
Yeah.
ni igihe mutangiye. First 5 minutes when you tell a story, gutenga story, umuntu deciding how long it's going to take. Impamvu du practicing rero hano turi practicing tushaka kumakinga sure ko story yawe ishobora gutwara iminota 2.
Okay.
Nuvuga story hano igatwara iminota 3. Ntago wambwira ko nushikara muri meeting uri wigire ntoya. Right? Like yeah, ibyo ni ibintu urumva tura practicing hano. So 5 minutes, warm greetings, share materials, confirm time like we talked about. Confirm how long the meeting is, express thanks. Urumva in meeting yose muri 5 minutes, first 5 minutes mukibona na gutya express thanks mbese impamvu vuga thank you for meeting us, thank you for making up time to meet us. Ukamwereka nyine ko muri generous, appreciative, professional and stuff like that, and ko mufite team nyine iri comfortable na area. Making your ask clear. Ugomba kuba direct. You have to be direct. State exactly what you want. Avoid vague language. Mbese you know, like make sure they hear you clearly, they understand you. Very specific kind of byumvikana neza. Make your request specific and actionable. Ikintu cya kabiri, provide context. Explain why this matters now. Right? Hari igihe tushobora advocating for things already passed bitakiri muri policies. Ntabwo bazakureba nyine akakubwira oh we care about that, thank you for coming. Nta bantu bataza bakenera kukwereka ko you're not important, nta bantu bataza bakenera kukwereka ko waruhiye ubusa. But make sure.
Just leave it there.
Yeah, but make sure you connect. Make sure you explain why this matters now. Ikindi, connect to current event or legislation. Niyo mpamvu rero research ari nziza. Research ni nziza. hariho ama research menshi nakoze kuri ibi ngibi ndabizi ko natwe tugiye mu twabikora neza kandi tuzabikora neza ariko tuzatwiga gukora ama research n'ibindi byose show agency without pressure buri muntu ari affected n'ikintu ntabwo ari ngombwa ngo ugire pressure it's not necessary to like feel pressured. Oh my God, what am I talking about? You're talking about real life. You're talking about real experience. You know it happened. It happened to you, it happened to your family, your community, you've seen it, and that's why you're here. Okay, ikindi gikurikiraho, offer solutions. Present practical steps they can take, right? Sometimes they know what they're doing, and sometimes they know their positions, right? Training. Sorry, it's okay. Yeah, ready? All right, move focused. Ugomba kuofaringa solutions. Biza bibafasha cyane. Hari igihe baba babuze icyo bakora. When you offer them solutions, it's not like they're perfect. You might be those people. Some of them are interns. Some of them are are there because of their their education. Some of them, of course, they are working, but they don't have like the best solutions. Basically, when you offer solutions, reconnected na kandi ushaka kuba supporting. Muri make, present practical steps they can take, suggest realistic action, show you've done your homework. This is very important. Show that you've done your homework. Show that you know what you're speaking about. Not just somebody who came to DC for tour and to look at the stuff, White House, Capitol Hill, or something. Make sure you've done research before you come and to engage with Congress. So your ask should be memorable. Make them remember you. Repeat it during the meeting to reinforce your main point. Okay. Anybody who has a question? Okay. Excuse me. Responding to your position. If they support your ask, thank them sincerely, ask for public support, discuss partnership opportunities. Partnership ntabwo ari ibintu by'urugo zaguha amafaranga umpe kino no. Partnership turi kuvuga zabo ni ukubereka kuri available for their support, whatever they need. They have questions about the policy, you can support them. They have questions about what you care about, you can support them. Make sure you connect with them in that regard. Offer to provide additional resources. Bijyanye n'ibyo gukora commitments. N'ibintu umuntu take agomba kwandika. When we make this kind of commitment to provide additional resources, we have to follow up with specific resources we offered. Listen carefully. Their responses guides your follow-up questions and next steps. If they are undecided, arigiye bakugwanya cyangwa se bakubwira ngo ntabwo busy ntabwo mzumva nzareba, we're going to see. You can tell they're undecided. You act immediately. You have to be present. Kandi iyo hariya, you have to be very careful. Ugomba gutegera cyane. You have to be listening. Kubera ko hari igihe baba undecided and they don't know they are. Bakakubwira, we're going to look into that. Ubwo iyo umuzungu akubwiye gutyo cyangwa se umundi wese mu Congress cyangwa mu Senate akubwiye gutyo, you know they are undecided. So immediately ask what information they need. Address their concerns directly, right? Not only that you understand that they are undecided, but you're also paying attention to concerns they have. Because they share, when you give them time to share, they share why they're concerned. And you, when you address their concerns directly, they connect. Now they understand, oh wow, they want to support me. Now I can connect. Okay. The third thing, suggest a follow-up meeting. You, bari undecided, was suggesting a follow-up meeting. Yaba ari muri district cyangwa se hano muri DC ko byagenda kose kugira ngo babone ko wa following up kandi ukeneye ko mukorana. Provide additional materials. Ukabaha additional materials mwari mufite nenda mutari mwatanze byotuma nenda bimuhindura ibitekerezo. If they oppose your ask, remain respectful. Some of them really oppose, like, we don't support this. This is why we don't support it. Remain respectful, ask what might change their mind. Find any common ground, right? It's not necessary for us to like walk out of the office angry or like disappointed or sad, and maybe you don't want to even ask a picture, right? It's important to also find a common ground where you guys meet in that concern, and how you can realize more ideas to like, connect and to change their mind. And last but not least, thank them for their honesty. Sometimes when you thank them, they see the respect you have, and once you come back, they know of what you support. If they support you, they're gonna support you largely. Yeah. Okay, we move. Anybody has a question on this? No?
Okay, I think a question I have.
Yeah.
This is a training, and this is it will be our first time doing this, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna make some mistakes.
Yeah.
Does this count to how they look at our organization, and maybe let's say next time you wanna come back, talk to them again? Would that count on the way
They might look at the organization.
yeah, and be like, we don't want to,
Right.
have you guys again.
Because the mistake.
Yeah, because of the mistakes that
Yeah, yeah.
you mentioned.
And we don't want to make that mistake. It does count.
Okay.
It does. If we're not prepared, if we don't understand what we're talking about, if we don't have specific ask questions, so we're not there for an organization. We're there for community. When they're listening to you, they're listening to what the community cares about, what you brought from your community. But when you're disorganized and you don't know what you're doing, and you introduce yourself as an organization, we do this work and we do this work, it really doesn't promise them that you actually do that. So it does count, but we don't want to make that mistake. We need to be very respectful, but also organized, responsible, professional. And the only concern, it will be about the community. Yeah. Okay. Effective meeting conclusion. Yeah. So basically, whoever, like a spoken person, you have to ask again. You have to reinstate your ask. Clearly repeat your main question. Your main request, I'm sorry. Your main request. Ensure there's no confusion about that you're asking for. Confirm, follow up, mention that you'll be sending additional information. Set expectations for continued communication. These are steps we need to take to be able to have effective meeting conclusion. The meeting conclusion, it does not just end in that meeting, that very meeting. It's also what we do outside, what we do after, what we do in our districts. When we leave DC, Washington DC, we have a responsibility to follow up in districts, right? You live in Ohio, you live in Kentucky, whatever. So you find offices, you show up. You also state why you're there, specifically how you did it in Washington DC. They might not remember you, they might not know you because they have different offices, meaning like they might have different staffers, but they will know exactly what you're asking. And it's always good to follow up because now the senator, hears you from your district, and they hear you from Washington D.C. and oh wow, these are people doing work in my state. And by the way, that's how I got to connect with my Senate and my Congress, is through like I'm a disruptor. I show up, I speak truth, I write truth, um, and I comment on these issues. So this is effective. It makes them feel like, oh, there's some people who are actually caring about these issues and are concerned about the solutions. Um, so express gratitude, thank them sincerely for their time, acknowledge the importance of the public service, right? Thank them, make them feel special, make them feel like, oh, we're here as people from the same states. You are our representatives. We're here to hold you accountable, but we really appreciate your work, what you've done. Ta-da. Okay. Next, last but not least, you have to document the visit. Huh? Right? All right. Ask for a photo if appropriate. Basically, this is not really like big, but you ask for a photo because you want to show that you were there, but also you want to follow up with the photo that can use it later on your social media, yeah, and maybe website and stuff like that. Because this helps with social media. Like I said, social media, visibility, and future relationship building. Um, so basically, you document everything. You show them you did it. You show up, and you're gonna show up. You promise that you're gonna show up, and they show up again. Okay. After your visit, like what we talked about, send thank you. Email within 24 hours. Complete report. Submit your meeting notes online to your members. To the staff, to the senator staff, whoever met you, because you carry the business card. You take their business cards. Share outcomes. You have to update your advocacy team. Discuss what marked and what worked and what didn't work. Basically, when we get back in our district, we have to have a meeting to discuss what worked and what didn't work during our trainings, during our meetings, and everything else we've done. But mostly, this is specifically for meetings with senators. We have to learn, understand what worked and what didn't work, because this is the most important why we come to DC. And then you plan follow up, you schedule additional contact, build on the relationship you've started, and your work continues after you leave the office. Basically, your work continues when you leave Washington, D.C. You stay consistent follow up, turns one meeting into meaningful advocacy. And that's my presentation for today. Now we're gonna now we're gonna do activities. We need to understand what we're doing for our meetings. Basically, this was gonna be our training today, and this is exactly what we're gonna do. And I'm excited that we're doing this. And yeah, but yeah, this is all things that's gonna yeah. Now what we're gonna do is, I know some of you guys are a little bit we've been having a yeah. So let's take 5 minutes break, drink some water, coffee, whatever you need, and come back. Exactly the time, 5 minutes.
Thank you so much.
Yep. Basically 2:42.
2:42. Okay.
2:42. I want to see you back here.
What's that? Have a breakfast?
She made a combo latte.
Where?
I don't know how she made it. I wonder how.
I asked. Well, you had coffee.
Creativity at its best.
No.
Because
You're rich.
French. Yeah,
It's not even sweet.
Is it all?
No, it's okay.
it's
Yes.
No,
Oh.
you can put some sugar
so
in it.
bro.
This whole time, bro?
About that meal.
Support the Community-Based Refugee Reception Act. Have you guys heard about the Welcome Cops programs?
Yes.
Those kind of programs specifically for students and all those kind of things. And what we're asking our senators is to reinstate. Ready? I'm gonna give you the information. Don't worry, but I want you to understand to listen more. We want them to reinstate the Welcome Corps program under the U.S. Refugee Administration program. Trump did done some horrible stuff. Second, we want them to fund local communities sponsors, basically schools, faith groups, non-profits, right? I've been working with non-profit organizations, and the administration, the current administration, affected my organization. It affected a lot of non-profit organizations. Now we're struggling with like funds because of this act. And the third thing we're asking for, basically the second thing, fund local community sponsors, specifically schools, faith groups, non-profit, to provide housing, legal aid, ESL. Do you know that program? ESL? ESL.
English second language?
Second language?
Yep.
It sounded so
It doesn't exist anymore.
It exists, but the resources.
Wait, Ben, just right fast. Sorry, can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
So is this the issues we take into them, or is this like you're giving us?
This is these are actually what we're gonna be asking them.
This is what we're asking them.
Yes.
That's the issues in our community.
That's our issue. That's an issue in the whole community.
Community.
This affects every young person who goes to school as somebody who's a second language, English as a second language.
Yeah.
Refugees, immigrants, low-income communities. It does affect you too.
But Banyamulenge community or
Yeah,
refugee?
we're not disconnected from
or
any-
refugees.
refugees, minorities, basically.
So you're actually speaking for all
Refugees?
refugees?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
I thought we are here
I
for
thought it was like anyone who's low income.
Yes. And I'm gonna answer those questions after.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
I'm gonna answer those questions. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
And this is education. You know, once we understand how to represent ourselves, we can speak on behalf of refugee communities. It's important. It's important to come forward. The third issue we want them to ask. We want to ask them. Require rapid school enrollment and full educational rights for refugee children. So these are specific three issues we're gonna speak about. I mean, there's actually additional one more. Establish an interagency task force to protect refugee students, access to public education and mental health care. This is more like a policy. We had these programs running for years in the United States, for many years, for a long time. But now it's been an issue in every state. I don't know if you've realized, I do work with city council most of the time, and there are certain specific things we can't say or use or do. Suddenly, like you cannot use the word diversity, inclusion, equity. You cannot use those words. That specifically, there's a law that prohibits from anybody using that or advocating for that. Basically, the city council does not support you if you care about that, if you care about diversity. If your organization cares about diversity and that's their work, they are affected by this act, these policies that Trump put in place. So this specifically is also connected to like refugee programs, like welcome cops, which Biden has put in place, and other different programs. So we're here to advocate for some of these policies, and this is one of the policies that we're going to be advocating for. And once we understand how to advocate, we can advocate for bigger issues in our communities, outside our communities. Yes.
So we can even talk about how the big beautiful bill. I don't know how.
Big beautiful bill.
You remember that bill? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Like how it's going to affect a lot of students from low income who are applying to medical school or grad school.
Yeah, that we're gonna build our advocacy, and there's specific things we care about in our communities, um, and it's important that we collaborate with different communities and actually show up for those communities, because now we have a task force working together with other different communities, other different organizations, other different government agencies that cares about these issues. Now we have strong force on our side. See what I'm saying? But we start with this, with this small, right? Okay, now let's move on, right? Now we're going to decide who becomes our note taker, we decide who becomes our group leader, storytellers, support members. For storytellers, we're going to have multiple people, probably 2 or 3. Supporting members, anybody want to be supporting member? I think you're going to choose to do. Yeah. So now, since you understand the issue, specifically, I told you what comes with that, what comes with this policy. We could state our names, but it's not important right now. But I want to ask you questions more. We're gonna have a conversation. Let's start with the group leader. Anybody can answer, but if you guys delay answering questions, I'm gonna choose from one of you to answer the question. Like we've talked and presented. How does a group leader look like in a meeting? And that's how we're gonna understand who's capable enough to do the work. Yes.
Group leader introduces the group. Also, make sure you communicate with everybody in the room. Let everyone know their time, how their roles as well,
Right.
and how they will have to communicate with the senator or the staff.
Specifically, give me like a rundown of like those roles, like
Okay. The roles of
the group leader.
the group leader.
Yeah.
Okay. Introduce the group.
Okay.
Communicate with your group people.
Introduce your group in what way?
Who we are as
Okay.
not as an organization, right? I mean, who we are as
As an organization.
as
You're
an
right.
organization.
Yes.
Okay. Who we are as an organization, our names,
Yes.
what we're here for, and let everyone know in the group their roles and the time they have to talk to the staff, right?
Right. So when it
Yeah.
comes to names, sometimes you introduce the group as an organization. You introduce the organization. They understand what the organization is about, and you introduce yourself as a group leader, but you give everybody else an opportunity to introduce themselves, their names, what state they're coming from in. Of course,
Also, you're not the one introducing them. You just
some people do that, but professionally, you
Let
have
them
like give people opportunity to introduce themselves.
So we just state our names and where
Yeah.
we came from. That's
And it kind of gives us like comfortable, like,
okay.
yeah,
Like kind of feel like
it makes
you are
us
also-
comfortable. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, who else? That was a good one. Good job. Good job. That's good. Yeah.
Is this best of the study we had the other day?
I'm sorry.
This is best of what we had the study.
Yeah, we just yesterday and today.
Okay.
Actually, specifically today, because we're determining who's gonna become our group leaders, storytellers, and
Oh, okay.
yeah.
But a group leader basically, like she said, introduces the group, but at the same time makes everybody feel involved. Because when you're a leader, you're there, but at the same time, you're speaking for everyone, you know. And when you're in a room with everyone, you want to make sure that everyone feels like they know their role. So, like you said, you can give them the mic to introduce themselves. That way, they feel involved.
Okay.
Because it's not you in there in that room alone. You're in there with everybody else. So
Right.
my point is make everybody feel involved and at the same time know what you're talking about. You're a group leader, so you must stay organized. Make sure you prepare well before the night. You know, if you don't prepare well, and practice speaking and practice the way you're gonna give out whatever it is that your presentation and the way you're gonna talk to them, the next day you're gonna mess up.
Okay.
And that's gonna look bad for everybody else because as a leader you messed up. So make sure you stay well organized and keep everybody involved.
All right. Who's next?
I feel like I can add to that the group leader can be a timekeeper.
Timekeeper?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel it because I'm like, you would be the person who's really like not into the emotional and they're just listening to everything, but you would kind of juggle like what time do we have? Is this person has like a 10 minutes?
Sure.
Yeah, just like kind of being that mindful about time. I don't know.
How about support group? Do you think that would be something that would take on, like timekeeper and holding the team accountable?
I feel like that is a before the support members would be like a before like the meeting the person that you want to meet. But I'm talking about maybe I don't know maybe it's that before. I'm talking when you are meeting the person like at the personality is that how you call it like the figure the person that you came to meet.
Right.
So I feel like the group leader will be more concerned about the time.
You may also
Basically-
indirect someone who's going off topic.
This is how I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because I've never used like we've
I
never
mean,
used.
I just
Yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea though. That's a great idea. All right.
You may also redirect someone who's going off topic, like by interrupting someone who's going off topic.
Okay. That would be. Don't you think that would be like a supportive team, supporting team? Okay. Now, for the group leader, anybody who has any other different that we haven't heard, like different points, different ideas. No, no. Okay.
I don't know. He would be the person to introduce the whole team, but also to present like clearly the vision. Why did you say why you there? Understand why we there, but like also like
Understanding why.
the person
Wait.
that you guys are visiting. Why we there? Like
Right.
kinda. I was thinking in terms of like we have a mission statement. So like kind of explain clearly the remember like when we went to visit the former president like the person were like I don't know if it was you just like kind of give him the big picture of organization. So I feel like we would do the same thing.
Introduce. They ask. This is what they're talking about. This is deeply about like why exactly, like in details.
But also like it kind of not individually, but like generally who you are, why,
Who we are.
yeah, who we are, and then
Okay,
like
introduced.
our mission. because like it is like I'm Angel, but like how about us? That's what I
Okay.
was thinking, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
No, that's a good idea. We're creating a team, right? Um, basically, what comes to my mind is um, our mission.
Kind of presenting clearly our mission.
Our mission. Yeah, our mission. Why we're in the office. Anybody else?
I kind of feel like since you kind of presented everyone, you should put a story in it that so like put a story in it that they would feel emotionally attached to it. Like just a quick 10 to 20-second story that they feel attached to it. Not a hook, but like a story that they can relate to, because that's something that's gonna automatically have him connecting with you.
So when it comes to storytelling, group leader is someone who's paying attention, who's listening a lot, who's listening clearly, and making sure that the team stays organized. Their role is to make sure that introduction is made effectively, professionally, and give everybody an opportunity to perform their roles. So when it comes to storytelling, then we're talking about the storytellers, specifically like somebody who's just their responsibility is just only to tell their story, and once they tell their story, somebody else take on the different role. So a group leader, I wouldn't say that then they can tell story if we decide to give them that role, two roles in a row. But when it comes to like storytelling, we have to have like specific people who going to share stories.
I didn't get the way you get AJ. AJ wanted to say like
Mhm.
it's like we like this is our course, but
Yeah.
I have AJ who's gonna talk more about it. I
Mhm.
think that's what you meant. Was it like it kind of give a
Briefly.
little, yeah, briefly, but I
Briefly.
said, oh, point to somebody who's gonna
Mhm.
like go dive into it.
Yeah, well,
That's what it
kind of the same.
So
It's like a heads up. That's how I heard it.
yeah, no, that's a great idea. I would suggest that we move on to different roles, and that it's gonna give us like a picture of like what kind of team we need. And when you look at it, you understand that whose role is who, right? So let's start from here for a group leader, and decide who's gonna be our group leader.
I mean, how many groups are we gonna have?
We're gonna organize that.
Okay. Yeah, I think we have to organize that. Then
Each state will have its own leader.
decide who's gonna be
Okay.
who and who.
Kumurida ntabwo agomba gufata ibintu byinshi.
Yeah.
Icyo agomba gukora ni introduction gusa.
Yes.
Indi role ya kabiri ni coordinating. Role ya gatatu ni supporting. None mwebwe hano mugomba kuba muzi uko muri gukurikirana amarore yanyu neza. Tuvuge bya narimo mvuga ngo araba ari umu time keeper, uyu araba ni uvuga story, uyu ni ugira gute, aho yumva agiye guteshuka agiye kuja kure, wa team leader ni wo involvinga kugira ngo ahita agorora aho yagagombye kujya muri point, ariko ntabwo yafata biriya bintu byose ngo umutima leader ngo abikore we byose. Donc roles zaba ziri involved muri we. Iwe icyo agomba gukora ni introduction, kandi introduction ntiyemerewe kuja deep. Okay. Iwe icyo avuga apresenta team, nta details zazamo ziri personal z'umuntu. Ni ukuvuga ngo twebwe turi team runaka ivuye muri mastate atandukanye cyangwa muri state imwe, kumvikanye byenda hano twavuze. Yego, icyo icyatuzanye ni ikintu yari training, ariko ishingiye kuri iki niki. Wumvishe aho ngaho, ibitekerezo byacu nibyo bitwubakira team. Ntago ari ibi ngibi biba byakozwe bitewe n'abantu uko team ihagaze. Iwe ntabwo asoza,
ntabwo asoza ngo ase nk'ugiye guhinda ijambo undi ahita amwinjiriramo nk'aho amwunganira ariko twe tuba tuzi ko ari uri buhita ukurikiraho
Okay.
tugahita dusa nk'aho ari timu nyine ukuntu twese turimo catching up ariko twe tuba tuzi ngo uyu naje gusoza birahita amwinjiriramo amwinjiramo kugira niba story ndende hari ukuntu yazanamo andi mapoint atarakenewe.
Group leader ni umuntu uri brief.
Yego urashobora kumpa nka role then nongeye ukabona natwaye iminota myinshi ntabwo uri bumpagarike ngo umbwire ngo iminota ngo byagenze gutyo donc urahita unyinjirizamo kubera ko uzi ko rero uri bukurikire the next.
Okay.
Yego
ninde muri twebwe woba group leader? Impamvu navuga ko okay turi bakeya turi groupe ntabwo ari ntoya, iyi ni groupe ntabwo ari ntoya. Igitekerezo cyiza kubera ko twese tuba twiga, you know, need to dividing tukagenda mu ma office I don't think you know nibwo bwa mbere team yacu igiye ku presentaria we have to be professional. Reka dukore ikintu hamwe turashike tubitunganye twese hamwe. So let's choose our group leader.
So twese tuzakora if the only one group, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The choosing group nubwo twaje mu meeting atandukanye kuko zaba different times.
Okay.
We move as a group, it's better. So let's choose our group leader right now. Ninde ushaka kuba group leader wacu?
Yeah, nanje ndakuvoting that was
I really want to give you guys the opportunity to act. Huh?
We want to see how.
Okay.
Let's see how it's done. Maybe,
Then next time.
Okay.
No, bari twe
Munyemere dufate ndi maroro ariko.
Yes.
Okay. So
iwe iminota yaduhaye nitwe duhita tuyimubaza
nitwe turamubaza
tukikinjira duhita tumubaza iminota yatugeneye.
Okay. Got moving on kugira ngo What? Ibi ni ibintu byigisha ibindi rubyiruko. Don't be selfish. Don't be selfish. Yeah. Don't be selfish.
Nari ngiye kuvuga ngo ibyo byose uzabikombaninga kubera yaravuze ngo nango uvuga byose hamwe ariko byose uzabikombaninga, right? All of that.
Yeah.
You're gonna combine and say it into one. You're not literally gonna take off different roles.
No. Tugiye gukora team twese hamwe. Yeah.
He's a group leader. We're looking for different roles. We all gonna play.
So, dufite note takers. Dufite note taker.
Azi kwandika cyane, avoid him.
Azi kwandika cyane. No, actually, it's
No, I
Mbere yuko
only write
deciding,
my thoughts,
mbere yuko
not
deciding the whole. Let's learn who's what specific nyine roles ziwe icyagomba gukora. What do you guys think a note taker should look like, or what do they need to do in a meeting, as we already discussed, presentation? Yes.
I think a note taker. They follow up with. You have to communicate with what the senator is saying, or the staff. I don't know, whoever we're meeting, and the storyteller.
You said you have to
anybody
communicate.
who's talking.
Yeah.
You have to make sure you're engaged and you are writing everything they're saying, right? Especially the staff or the senator, right? And make sure you are giving everybody a feedback of, I don't know, what is going on?
That's good. That's a good idea. That's great. Providing feedback, right?
Yeah.
Follow up with the team, right?
Yeah.
So, and anybody else? Follow up with the team. Note taker.
Also give the summary of the things they spoke about.
Okay. Summary. What was it? What was the idea again? Sorry.
Follow up with the team and the staff. As
Okay. Okay. Anybody else?
Also, he gives the summary of the things they spoke about.
Provide summary.
A brief summary.
After the meeting.
Like after the meeting.
Okay.
yeah.
Whatever. Okay.
Also, the note taker is one of the most important ones over here because they're listening the most because they want to know what to write down. So because they're really listening the most, if you're kind of lost, it's kind of like better to go ask the note taker what you're lost on. So I feel like the note taker should really pay close attention to what's going on and know what to write down as he's taking notes.
He also provides
Active listener, basically.
Active listening.
Okay.
Yes.
He also provides contact information for applicants,
Like team contact information.
like
Um,
the email.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else?
I think we spoke everything.
Huh?
I think we mentioned everything.
So they also take notes during the whole meeting with senators, and that's why they follow up because they know what they've written. Anybody else?
Yeah, I think you would like this be good at capturing the questions that have been asked in case somebody will forget it. Write down questions.
Yeah.
Sometimes like the guy, the senator or whoever staff will forget the questions and they remind him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Reminding. Okay.
No, that's together. You write down questions in case the person that who's being asked
Okay.
the questions, in case he forgets.
Basically,
Yeah.
reminding. Okay. Anybody else?
I think that should be.
Okay. Who is going to be anybody who has an opinion on this? Just an opinion.
About
About this. Do you feel like we would have a good note taker who's going to take notes and follow up after meetings and make sure they capture everything? Do you think this is the note taker we need?
I think Angela will be really good.
Can,
She's really good at notes.
can we have two note takers since we are like so many?
Two note takers? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we can do that.
I would agree with
I
that.
can be one and
Okay. Who are those people? I'm the group leader,
He said
and
one volunteer.
who's good at capturing notes?
He said him and him. Angel, you want to take notes?
Not really.
No?
I don't want to do it.
My hand rising is.
I do it, but it's so stressful for me. I don't want to do it.
You just it's first time. It's a learning opportunity.
I mean, I'm saying you should be a storyteller, not a
I think that's your role.
Bro, you're not gonna write it out of
Okay, I have somebody. I have to have somebody to help me.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. It's gonna be two people working together.
Who else can do it? If you do it, I do.
We have Angel writing, taking notes. Anybody who's gonna help you?
Yeah, we're gonna do it together.
Okay.
Notes?
Yeah.
Yeah, remind me.
But my handwriting, don't trust
I
it.
mean, it doesn't matter. Everybody can read it.
Nobody can read
Okay.
it.
No, you can read it.
Don't change anything.
So we're not allowed to have a computer at all,
Huh?
right?
Huh?
We're not allowed to have a computer.
You can have your computer. You can have whatever you want.
We can have computers.
Oh, you can have a computer?
Yeah, you don't have to.
You can have a computer. Yeah, you can have a computer.
I'm not a
Just to caution you, when we get in those offices, there's security. You know, like how you're playing.
can't use our phone.
When you're flying, you have to like check in everything. That's same thing. You have to check everything. So make sure you don't carry like bags and you don't carry like a lot of stuff with you because you have to like remove everything, your belt and your shoes and your watch and everything.
Okay.
So make sure you carry like as little as possible.
Gotcha.
Okay, we're moving on with our storytellers. This is the most important part of the meeting.
Richard and AJ.
No, AJ got it.
He's very eager to tell
Yeah,
stories.
he's really good. He writes poems.
He's really good. He writes
Like a
well.
reading computer.
He
First of all, no. We're deciding. Like, what's your role? I want to know what you guys think. Storytellers. What did we talk about? What did we say that the roles are?
Well, they share personal connections with the senators, but most importantly, they try to find something that a common ground between them and the senators. But I don't think we learned this, but I think that the great storytellers use logos, ethos, and pathos to be able to persuade somebody.
What was it? The thing you said? Use what?
Ethos, logos, and pathos.
I'm not educated enough to understand what that means, so I'm learning with you. Give me an opportunity to understand.
That's an English class.
I mean, I do, but I'm just thinking out loud.
English words.
There might be some people who
It's okay, just
Oh, I'm
explain
sorry.
what it is.
Explain what it is.
use the language that we all can
I'm
understand.
sorry.
Yeah.
So it's by establishing credibility by saying, "Hey, this is where I'm coming from. This is my credibility, right?" Just like how
Spirit.
just like how if an author writes a book, you have to know, like, who are you in the first place, kind of saying what they wrote. And then you'll have to use emotions, like use words that brings out emotions, right? That are elusive, like that brings out emotions.
Basically, we're talking about not expectation, experience and background.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically.
All right.
And
Anybody
then-
else?
And I wasn't done. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Go.
And then after that, so your credibility, and then the other one is you're using words, right, to bring emotion out of somebody, right? So
Okay.
you guys know certain words you can use to that are elusive to get somebody to understand the depth of how serious something is. Yeah. And then I'll say the last one basically means to use facts or evidence, right? So if you're saying my people are dying in Congo, that's not enough. It's better to say name numbers. Name numbers, like how many. So roughly, yeah, statistics. So roughly,
They say show them that you have done your research.
yeah, a couple 100,000 people have died according to this. You go to UN, you found facts, and you present the facts.
If
Along
you
with
read this article,
yeah, that's how you become a great storyteller.
So-
you're using all types of.
Because you have like really rich English.
Oh no, I wasn't.
Specifically, like just breaking down like basic English. That's you made this point. Make the leader remember.
Yeah.
And facts.
Yeah,
Bring
facts
facts
and
and evidence.
Yes.
You said statistics.
Yes.
Okay.
And
These
very
are great
important.
points. These are
Yeah,
really
yeah.
really great point.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
Can
gotta
you be our
include those.
storyteller?
oh yeah, definitely.
This guy, AJ,
Yes,
that's his
all that
passion.
is it.
He's
They
actually
both got it.
passionate.
Eh?
He's actually,
They both got it.
he's actually
How many
passionate.
storytellers?
What? Wait, Richie. That you?
Yeah,
Richard.
How do you write Richie?
Richie, me.
Richard.
Call him Richie.
Yeah, Richie.
Like rich,
Yeah.
like money, like money rich.
Big money rich. What am I name?
I see how it is. Okay, Richie,
Yeah.
like rich like that.
No.
Is that right? No.
Rich,
Like
God.
money
Like
rich.
being a Richie.
I see.
Being
Yeah.
rich.
Yeah.
Riches.
Yeah. That looks good. Right?
I
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's
Does it matter, bro?
I got it right this time, bro. Come on.
Okay.
And
AJ.
AJ, come on, bro.
Initials. AJ.
Jango say AJ. Let AJ.
And then add Ben on there.
Huh?
Add Ben. 3 of us.
Come on,
I'm just
bro.
saying.
Come on, bro.
Hey,
I think the rest can do the.
yeah, supporting.
Okay, we have the we need a supportive team.
You're criticizing.
And just to make it clear, you don't have to be. You can be telling the story, but also be a supportive team. You be a part of the supportive team. So, and this has to be somebody who listens a lot,
Yes,
who knows how to
very
listen
listening
very
in the
carefully.
beginning is- He even
But
criticize you guys.
before we move on, because we're doing a training, I want to know what you guys know about it. Like, how much do you understand about supporting members? Like, what are their responsibilities in this
You can,
meeting?
like if they're missing a point, you can remind them.
If they're missing, reminding. I'm just gonna write it down.
We have a question in the way you remind them. Won't be like
You say,
You
can
cannot-
I add something? That's what I say. Can I add something?
on. Okay.
Or you know, you can kind of scratch them a little bit, just like, hey,
That's
pull them.
That one.
Reminding.
Ukabanyine ukabanyura akanyungu kunyine ukabibutsa ko hari icyo bibagiwe.
I didn't know this.
Eh? Kunyora.
Richie, think that we are in a like
Okay.
professional.
What else? Reminding.
Yeah, you can do that.
What else?
Reinforce the group's message.
Reinforce. How do you write reinforce? Come on.
What?
R-E-I-N.
I kinda know, but R-E.
I-N-F-O-R-C. Yeah, E, yes.
Reinforce.
Yeah, okay.
Reinforce what?
Reinforce the group's message.
Groups. Message.
Yeah.
Oh, message. Okay. What else?
I feel like you're criticizing a little bit.
Huh?
Are you
Listens deeply.
Is that needed in office or that
Gives
happened
advice.
before?
Wait.
I'm just writing the point.
No. I'm saying like that like are them gonna support the members inside or even before? What I had in my mind was like
Supportive.
After.
Supportive. They're active throughout the meeting. Basically, they don't have to say anything, but they can always interrupt if we're missing the point. They can make points if if they want to bring the team back.
Can I tell you what I was thinking? I was thinking that like it being a supporting members, there are people like who are gonna read the story. Here's a Richie and AJ. They're gonna write down the story that they're gonna share.
Right.
With that. So those are people who are gonna read because the guys have no you. Maybe put a lot of unnecessary words or something. They kind of filter before you.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I said that. Like if they maybe criticizing before the message being addressed to the person.
Right.
Yeah. So.
That's a good. I mean, I understand now.
Yeah, you understand. That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking. So.
Anybody else?
Would you criticize a group?
Good criticizes good.
Silence.
I mean, like, say
Yeah.
this person did
Like,
this and
say what you
this is
feel
what we
about.
should change.
Yeah.
This is what
In
we should
front of
work
the
on
Congress
more.
or after?
No,
No,
Oh, okay.
before.
You're
We
not
kind of
using-
read their stories. You need to not think it is you need their story, the story that they're gonna share, and then quite a one key it's always good holding on this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the structure for the Tito, what time is we're gonna go tomorrow?
The meeting starts at there's 1:30,
Okay.
but I have to confirm tomorrow morning
Okay.
with them. I have to confirm meetings.
I think it would be great. Bibaye ayo masaha kugira ngo duhurire hano dukore more practice if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
of course we have to do that. Of course we're gonna do that. Of course,
Yeah.
of course I want to make sure you guys are comfortable. So this is supporting members, Anybody like who's going to be our supportive members? It doesn't matter you have another role or something.
Ben and
Okay.
Ben and then no.
Sorry, I was just thinking,
Supporting
why are you so disappointed?
members.
Or you and I.
Who was that?
AJ.
You gonna do?
Yeah, to the
So
vision.
I can do.
You're gonna do.
He said he can also do
Yeah, I can
supporting
also.
member.
Yeah.
Okay. Enoch, AJ, anybody else?
Ben.
Ben.
Oh,
Yes.
sure.
You guys forgot like
Yeah,
we all have to
time.
touch.
He has to be a part of that.
Yeah.
Why?
No, like we all have to be
Right?
involved. Yeah.
Okay.
No, he's good at criticizing,
Funny, but
but he's good.
good.
Yeah.
Ben,
We want to know.
Hold people accountable, Ben.
AJ,
Yes.
He's very good. I can tell.
and
How can you tell?
okay.
He's very smart.
Now, I think that they ask, the group leader can now introduce the ask.
Yeah.
And this is going to be great. So now we've practiced. How do we feel right now? Even though, I know we're going to do the same thing tomorrow morning, like
Yeah,
briefly,
yeah.
repeat our, and how do you feel?
I feel good. I feel like I feel happy.
I wouldn't say that I feel ready or feel good. You know why?
I feel confident.
Feel confident. This is great. I feel like so basically we've done trainings. We've decided who's going to tell the story.
Yeah.
We've decided who's going to be our group leader and supporting members and all that. This is important. But we haven't written
Yeah.
our stories. We haven't practiced, personally. Sometimes when we're doing this, you realize that in evening, right? Everybody's just like on the side, sitting somewhere, practicing their stories, writing it, and asking you, what do you feel about this? Practicing. So we have to take this serious. At some point today, we have to look into that. Off the camera somewhere, we have to look into that. But as long as you understand your role, and this is a training that we're gonna do a lot. Every year when we come to DC, we're gonna have to repeat the same training, and we're gonna continue engaging with more professional trainers who are going to give us more ideas on this. What's up?
Are we gonna do the practice right now, or
Huh? The storytelling?
no? Like, are we gonna practice right now?
In the
No.
evening.
No.
We're gonna practice later, but we have to come up with stories. So basically, storytellers, make sure you write down
So
your
where we
stories.
going? What we're about to do?
Ready, guys? Make sure you write down your stories. Those that are going to be note takers, at least do a little research. What would help you learn about what would help you to have do your job effectively. Yeah.
I think that's something we're gonna work on.
Are you gonna tell us the names of the congress that we're gonna be?
I'll give you. So we're meeting with staffers because Congress and Senate they're not in the.
Meaning the stuff. It's like meaning this.
Yeah. I'll provide information, and I think already.
You confirm.
And also,
Yeah.
Can I suggest something?
Yes.
So if you read one thing about the Congress,
Yeah.
and like the leader can say, oh yeah, I read this about you, and good job, like you're doing some amazing things, and keep it
A
up.
little compliment. I like that. I like that.
You know?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
Like that.
That's a good idea.
That's
That
great.
makes sense. Good.
Yeah,
Give them
it makes them feel like they're important, that you've done your research, that you also appreciate their work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drop their
But you have to
defensive
be
mode.
mindful of your time.
Uh-huh.
Remember your time.
Yeah.
is not gonna be-
Remember, your time is
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's important. Yeah.
What I wanted to suggest was, can we, like, even though we have specific people who are gonna write their story based on how they understand the cause that we're gonna be presenting. But I would suggest, listen, I would suggest how we can be helpful. See, like since we all know the cause that we are presenting as a team.
Right.
Be helpful, like these two brothers, like, they will be like telling the story, but they may need somebody to help them with their research while they are doing something else.
No, they're gonna do their research, I guess, this
No,
whole time.
we're gonna do research,
So-
write the story, and then
so
bring it to you guys.
Can I
You guys
suggest?
can check it.
Can I suggest that once we're done with this activity, we have things we talked about we're gonna be doing. Once we come back, we're gonna need a few minutes, like probably
To
like
discuss
20 or 30
more
minutes
on it, yeah.
to practice, make sure everybody's comfortable, write your story. We can
Yeah.
read it. If you want me to listen to your story, I can listen to your story.
Yeah.
But tomorrow morning, we have to make sure that everybody has everything they need, even the names of the representatives and senators. I want to the staffers. I want to make sure that you have everything, but I'm gonna have to confirm those meetings tomorrow morning with the names. So, but today your role is to write your story. Those that are writing storytellers. And sometimes like you can also like you write a story in case we have more time,
Yeah.
right? So we can do that later. But now I would like us to end our activity. If anybody has questions, you can ask right now.
Okay, we're good.
Anybody has
What I
questions?
wanted to say, for sure, it's like, yeah, even though they're gonna do a lot of work, but you have to remember that we are a team. We can still help. So don't
Yeah,
overwhelm yourself.
of course.
That's what
Okay.
I wanted to say.
Of course, we need to help each. We need to support each other. Yeah. Anybody has something to say, and this is important. You know, there are people maybe who are following us online, all of us in the room. I think we feel important and feel passionate, and inspired when we hear about ourselves, how we feel about this work. So anybody who has something to say that is more empowering, inspiring to the group, we need you. We need your story. We need you to share.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Do you have anything to share? Like anything to share?
Like
To the-
personal story or like
No,
share
no, no.
to the
Anything
group?
to share
Okay.
about this? Like, how do you feel?
No, I just like the fact everybody has,
Mhm.
like, you picked what you think you might be good at. I mean, nobody forced,
Right.
nobody's forced
To the yeah.
to do whatever they're
Right.
chosen to do.
Right.
So, I like that fact in unit space to be comfortable. I think.
Right. Anybody else?
Overall, I think everybody is very capable of doing any role of leader, and I just hope tomorrow goes very well for everyone here. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Wow.
Wow.
Anybody else? Well, that concludes our training for today. I really appreciate you guys for this opportunity, for giving me an opportunity to like train you on this. And some things might not be clear, but we are gonna understand as we move on, right? This is the work that we're gonna be doing, and I encourage you to stay very active, right? In your states, in your district, make sure you show up, but also be an example. We have to be a role model of those other young people that are still hiding, afraid to come forward, to speak up, or they feel like their passion is not important. Sometimes when I'm thinking about the work that I do, advocacy, leadership, all those kind of things, I feel like sometimes I feel like it's not important. Sometimes I feel like there's no future for that. And it makes me feel like, oh, I should be maybe working in some companies and making money, or studying this and studying that. But honestly, everything matters as long as it's something that brings people together, advocates for people, for the rights of the people, gives people hope, right? And especially when it's your conviction. You must use your own power to make sure that you create the space for your own conviction. And I welcome you to be a part of this. Don't give up. Don't ever think about it. This is our job, and we must conclude with this opportunity. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here.
It's been an honor.
All right.
Hey, my parents. I feel like my family and friends won't believe me when I tell them that I got trained by you. They're gonna be like, "Really, that famous guy?"